Hey, I have a question for Jerry today about cooling systems.
First of all, welcome to the Jerry and Dr. Laura show. And second of all, click the like button, subscribe, tell us your friends, and more importantly, bring us your cars.
All right, so this show is sponsored by the Auto Shop here in beautiful Plano, Texas. And okay, cooling systems. All right, so I had a woman come in one time and she said that her air conditioner was not blowing cold and she wanted us to replace her radiator. And she said, it's the cooling system. And I'm like, well, yes, the engine cooling system?
There's a difference between the passenger cooling system and the engine cooling system.
Yes, I said the radiator cools the engine. And is it your air conditioning that's not working? She says, yes, it's blowing, but it's not blowing cold. And so the truth of it is that there are two different systems. However, your engine...
And never the twain shall meet most of the time.
Except for when. When will your radiator cooling system, the engine cooling system, affect your air conditioning cooling system?
So you always want me to get technical with
I know.
people.
Well, because I want to know, and I think other people want to know too. Because you don't add Freon to your radiator, and you don't add coolant to your Freon.
To your air conditioner.
Yeah.
Okay, so your interior cooling system, your air conditioning, what it does technically is it removes the heat from inside the cabin and puts it to the outside of the vehicle.
We like that part, especially when it's 100 degrees.
Here in the beautiful great state of Texas.
39 degrees Celsius. Oh.
It's the Canadian coming out of it. It's okay.
I'm going home to see my family soon, and I'm very excited.
We'll just...
Okay,
let me
back
walk
to
through
cooling.
this. Okay,
Cooling.
so when your interior cooling system or your air conditioner is removing the heat, it has to take it someplace. And so the engine cooling system, the radiator and the coolant, or antifreeze, as some people still call it, it has to dissipate the heat from the engine. It also helps dissipate the heat from the inside of the vehicle. So if your radiator is low on coolant, or if it is overheating and not functioning properly, your air conditioner, your interior cooling unit, will not function as normal. And we have repaired a lot of interior cooling systems by working on the radiator. Okay, so they're not supposed to work together like that, and they do.
The radiator does a lot to cool the under the hood. So,
yes, and that's why it's so very important today to flush your cooling system. And I'm going to tell you every 2 years, or at the most 30,000 miles, because today's radiators are such high efficiency radiators that they are really, they have such low amounts of coolant in them to begin with, and the long life antifreeze that comes from the manufacturer clogs them up and destroys them from the inside. So you really want to turn that. See, without getting too terribly technical, when the coolant starts going through many different types of metals, it changes its acidic properties, and it becomes more acidic, and it chews everything from the inside.
So
you don't want to do that, I promise.
The bottom line is, regarding the radiator, you ask for a radiator flush. That's what it's called, right?
Or a cooling system flush.
Cooling system flush.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When it comes to checking the level of Freon in your car, that would be an evac and recharge? Is that?
If you want to be exact, yes, you evac and recharge the system to know.
Well, we want to be informed consumers, right?
Well, you want to know how much refrigerant you pulled out and how much goes back in, so you can determine whether or not it was leaking at all. But if your air conditioner's not functioning, well, we'll have to pull a vacuum on it so that we can put the right amount in and then determine if there's a leak. That's unfortunately, in the old days they had a sight glass in the air conditioning system, and you could look in there, and if the sight glass was clear, if it looked like there was nothing in it, the system was either completely empty or it was completely full. And if it was low, you'd see bubbles in the sight glass.
Gotcha.
Well, they got rid of all that technology a long time ago. But some of us old timers still remember those days.
Now, in either system, when there's a suspected leak, there's dye that's put in. So it's not uncommon for them to, you bring your car in, it's not cooling, or it's overheating
Lady
or something.
Clairol dye?
No. Lady Clairol, yes.
I have natural highlights. I don't worry about it.
It's dye for my highlights. So it's not uncommon for them to put the dye in and say, okay, now go drive it for a week or two, bring it back, and then we'll be able to see where it's leaking from.
And we do the test with a black light. Like in the old
special,
psychedelic days.
Special dye.
Special dye that glows with a black light.
And is it
really
two
cool.
different colors of dye, whether you put it in the radiator or you put it in the...
No, it's the same color dye.
Okay,
it's just a different chemical.
And it's in a different location. Yeah, cool. Okay, so now you know the difference between the two different cooling systems. One is for the passenger, the other's for the engine.
And the engine affects the passenger.
Yes, it does.
Especially this one.
Well, it's hot outside. As long as we're not hot under the collar, we're okay.
There you go.
All right, so...
That's what the horn's for.
Schedule an appointment. Yeah, that's what the... Schedule an appointment with us at 972-578-0588 or online at
www.theautoshop.com.
We look forward to seeing you, and most importantly,
bring us your cars!
See you next time.
Bye, everybody.